All right, it is time for QB1. I've got Tim Ryan with me, and we're talking about Daniel Jones. I live in New York City, Tim, and I'm telling you, the fever pitch with which people were trying to predict what was going to happen with Daniel Jones coming into this season reached a point of being borderline ridiculous. I mean, you really got the sense that Giants fans are fed up. New York sports fans who love football are fed up. And now you've got the Giants and the Jets winning games and playing really well. Hats off to Brian Daboll for coming in and figuring out a way to get a couple of these wins that has some people excited. What's been your take so far on what the Giants have been able to do?
Yeah, I continue each week. I'm continually amazed. I don't know what to say. I'm waiting for Daniel Jones to be, the Daniel Jones that, we kind of get upset at, but it keeps happening, and the whole team just fights. They're 6-1. It's baffling. You have a loaded San Francisco team who's lost to 3-4, and you have a Giants team that's 6-1. So I can't make sense of any of it. So.
We're not much makes sense, period, these days, I would say. And if you're looking for an example, I'll look no further than the New York Football Giants being 6-1. How much credit do you think Brian Daboll, though, in all seriousness, deserves? The guy who was described as the quarterback guru, who made Josh Allen, who showed up here with a lot of pressure and expectation on his shoulders. And I think even though people knew that he was talented, I'm really not sure how many people around here were saying this is the guy that's going to make our team 6-1 to start the season.
Yeah, and I with so many head coaches, kind of the carousel that they've become to be. I don't think anyone was expecting anything, including me. But yeah, he's delivered all the goods, and he just does not. He's kind of got that perfect, fear or fearless, I should say, with the media and everything. He doesn't care. I mean, he cares, but he just will not blink. And it's been impressive. I still can't believe that the record they have. It's truly unexpected, but
I think around here that mentality of really not caring what anybody thinks except for inside the locker room is something of a necessity with how bad New York football has been over the last couple of seasons, because between the papers around here that everybody loves and how quickly we are, as New Yorkers, I guess I am one I can say to criticize. I mean, the criticism comes in fast and furious when a team gets off to a bad start. And one of the things he's done, it seems like, is really instill this idea that you have to fight for it at practice every single week if you want to earn your spot. Yeah. I imagine, just kind of speaking from the outside, observing from the outside, that also applies to Daniel Jones in some sense. I mean, how key do you think a mentality like that can be in motivating or changing the culture of a team that I think has found itself in a somewhat lackadaisical position over the last couple seasons?
No, it's a great point, because they it seems like they truly have an identity, which has lacked for the past few years. But and with Daniel Jones, I think people were kind of sitting and waiting, like this is his last year, and he's balling out. He's been so good, and just every which way, from running to passing, just last minute clutch throws, just things you don't necessarily expect. But Giants fans, I think, are surprisingly happy with his play.
How good do you think the team can be? I don't know if it's Brian Daboll getting everybody motivated in the right way, if Daniel Jones, to your point, realized, like everybody else realized, that this was really a make or break sort of year, and that something has clicked for him internally, that he feels good physically, that mentally things are clicking for him, and he knows that he had to prove it this year, or that for whatever reason, the first 7 weeks of the schedule sort of broke their way. I mean, I think it's unfair for me to say, are they for real? But I mean, how for real are they?
No, that's an excellent point, because it's one of those records that you look at. I trying to compare it to previous teams, but yeah, I think there's still a lot to play out, and they might not be that good, but they're playing tough. They fight. Saquon Barkley's finally, delivering the goods. So who knows? But yeah, the idea that that record is really indicative of who they are, probably not.
Yeah. Well, around here, I guess for New York fans, whether you're really good or really bad, I think they just want you to fight tooth and nail to the very last minute of the game, right? And
Absolutely.
so if you're not great, it's like, just don't give up on us. Don't not play for us, that sort of thing.
Right.
Almost, it's not quite Philly, and I don't know if it's the Jets fan base. I don't think the comparisons are fair, but I do think that some Jets fans do have that sort of blue collar, if you will, mentality, where it's like, we paid for tickets, fight for us. And so Ryan Daboll brings that kind of mentality.
Absolutely.
That's a good place to be.
He's the perfect kind of nutcase to coach the Giants. It's awesome.
Man, that's good stuff from Tim Ryan. Tim, thank you very much.